Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Robo Justice is. That took 7 takes to try. I'm just gonna let you know. We found Kyoko and Robo Justice, and just watch last part. I'm not even gonna recap half this stuff. Let's go see what's happening over here. Kyoko, what's up? Kyoko and. Pew, man, I had the worst day. Excuse me? Hero? Man. Okay, first off, what's in here? There's a big locker near the pool. Okay. Kyoko?
Right.
I found Hiro. He was jammed into the pool room. He was literally shoved into a locker. Something I've never actually heard ever happen in real life. But then again, I'm in Canada and the United States is weird. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean.
I can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it, like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy. Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Wow.
There was something I had to check up on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind, this is important.
Nothing.
Never mind. More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know that does she know people think she might be spying for the mastermind? First of all, Hiro, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that. Well, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, don't even know how that happened, then I woke up, and then I was here. I don't care, do something about that costume, it pains me just to look at you. Well, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something you can't take off by yourself?
Got it all wrong.
I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing.
It would seem...
There was a clasp on the back that keeps you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him. Took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. Took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Whew, free at last. Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then...
More to the point, nobody but Hiro would be able to wear that costume. Wait, what? Hold on a sec.
Honestly.
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
Is that okay?
In other words, it is obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true, I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be...
Then it's obvious. The one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone
Terrible!
was Hiro. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea, we wouldn't want him killing anyone else. Well, we already established that he wouldn't. Tie me up? Hold on, guys, I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment. Yeah, attacking? Blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. Wait, killed who? I have no idea who you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
Hey!
He's not stuttering, which means he's telling the truth. You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costumed attacker?
What the heck?
How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a beat, Hina started putting on the Robo Justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is?
That is a CG and a half.
I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
Well, there we go. There's no way he could have picked up the body and moved them in that costume.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, It seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
But I don't think he was the murderer. In fact, I'm pretty sure he's not. In a huff, Hina took off the suit back again. Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, see, it's 'cause you're a girl. If he was another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I could wear this.
Just a second.
See, I told you it was impossible. You're absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hiro's body.
But...
Then, there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same, but fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
What the heck?
Evidence? You claim there is another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
The worst.
Who cares? Hiro's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible.
Which is why we know it was him. I don't think so, though. I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, tell me? Robo Justice's costume has been added to truth bullets. Okay, well. Kyoko, what's up? She looks like she's lost in thought. I don't think she's in the mood to talk. I better leave her alone. Byakuya? It's more and more looking like it really was a setup. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling.
Oh.
I certainly did not expect Hiro and Kyoko to turn up at the same time. But where was Kyoko been hiding this whole time? I have no idea.
Then perhaps...
Perhaps she really is working for the mastermind. What else would explain her questionable behavior? But you are quite protective of her, yes? That's because she helped me out so much up until now. If I were the mastermind, that is exactly what I would do to earn your trust. Dang. Hina,
What the heck?
there's no talking away on this one. You did it, everyone knows it. I mean, I don't necessarily.
Heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured that out, that someone's been killed, right? Hey Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people have been killed. Taka and Hifumi. What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it. I did not! Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed,
How about that?
that's it! I know who did it!
So then...
You may as well tell us then. Taka and Hifumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right?
At least 30%
Which
right.
means Alter Ego and /or Chihiro must have done it. What?
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please.
Unfortunate.
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay?
Um...
I'm telling you, you got it all wrong.
Oh, so...
Oh, I know. That note. Note? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we could use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room, and for some reason I fell asleep.
Hey.
The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
I'd know all about that. 420. Not a chance.
So...
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. Really? I told you, someone's been trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you. Well, being trapped here so long, even if it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? I mean, that is a fair point. Girl, they preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. With pleasure. I have it right here in my, pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure. Please, you gotta believe me, I wouldn't hurt a fly. As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason. What the heck, for serious? Yasuhira's account has been added. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we have to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
What the heck?
Why? Why did you kill them? Tell us, hero. No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was it to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broken, that's why. Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you. You have time to yell and carry on. You have time to search for your evidence, right? You're right. I need to look for the second suit in the note. Feet don't fail me now. I guess I'd better go back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Toko or Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone peeled away. Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem...
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. To reject me so simply.
Anyway...
Okay, that's it. Anyway, I need your help. You don't mind, do you? Okay.
Shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we? Where are we going?
Hey.
So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
Correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey.
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
Anyway,
we have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Guess we should head that way for now. Zoom. This way, turn around. Whoa, that was super sick strats. Head up here. I was gonna say, is that a cutscene? But no, it was not. Repository. I'm gonna confuse the repository and the other room quite a bit, because I've never used the word repository in my life. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
so then...
Well then, let's get started. She crouched next to Taka without hesitation, began poking and prodding the bodies. The Monokuma file was right. They were killed with similar weapons. Her movements were smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable. Is that it? We're just gonna put... Oh no, I didn't mean to click that! Yes. Okay, so... Let's take a look. Tak was killed by a blow to the head. He must have been struck with just hammer forward. There's a tarp blade. Killer must have used it to move. There's no way he could leave the... Okay, so I think we just have to talk to her. Okay. No! Thank God for fast skip.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did? You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did? Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? Dang. No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch?
So then...
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It most likely broke when he had his encounter with the assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean... Oh, that's not the right voice. That would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
That's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken. Where's the watch? I mean, it's under his clothing. It's almost 10 o'clock bedtime. Okay, that's kind of a stretch. So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6. Oh, I guess all the other clocks are broken. It couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. Interesting.
However,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. Seems to be gripping something. You're right, there's something white in there.
Makoto,
You try and pry it out? Me?
because...
Rigor mortis has already set in. Boys are better suited to this sort of manual labor, right? Oh, I can't even imagine having to peel it, and because, like, the bones are starting to... Oh, that's gross. That's the wrong button. Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. Piece of paper. Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
Is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then...
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left a few clues of his own. Got the scrap paper. Are we just going to talk to you again? So did you find anything? I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper?
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see? In his pants! Wait, so
Why
you...
is that?
It was just his pants. Not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey.
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto. Open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like... Better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this, you dead man. What? He's dead. I found a hole, so maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m. A note? Yeah, I read that already.
So...
That sounds very familiar. That's it! It's the same thing, Hiro said. Then he was telling us the truth.
However...
Although it's not exactly the same, is it? He said... Last night someone slipped a weird note, and here's what it said. I found a hole we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out. 1 a.m. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note that they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6 a.m.
Is that right?
Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Yeah, I was gonna say. Huh?
So...
Part of it had been torn, right? Torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. Some meaning to be a part of it being ripped? Yeah, I mean, I guess. Could you maybe explain a little more? Think carefully. Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
So then...
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important, like a rip? How could have, and how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. The note Hifumi had been added. While you're at it, I'll tell you one other thing. The two victims definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there were any reason to connect them to the killings in the first place. So you're saying oh my god, why is this? So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
Is that right?
If you don't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All that I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may have come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. Handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. That's a weird thing to say. Oh my god, is it trial time? We don't have that evidence at all.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Oh,
like the
no.
bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death.
I mean, I'm excited for this, but at the same time, it's like...
No further ado.
Oh, boy.
Please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to...
Okay, so let's, I guess, go.
Seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose it's where our investigation has come to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to a proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we better get going. Okay. I don't think I'm prepared for this, but whatever, let's do this. Actually, first, let's give a good old save-a-rooski, because I am terrified. How many save slots are there? I think there's enough to last me the game, I feel. Maybe I'll need to start partway, but okay. Alrighty, let's get it started with at least the beginning of this trial, because, woohoo! Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation. They were gathered by the red door. As soon as we were all gathered there...
Monokuma appears!
Hello! Hello. He multiplied! Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because of an illusion. I'm moving so fast it only looks like I've multiplied. Isn't that something Koro-sensei did in Assassination Classroom? Can you guys tell which one of us is the real Monokuma? Can we just get on the elevator already? You're not playing along. Along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you. Okay, fine. Interesting. Then if everyone's ready to go, please wait a second. That's going to be important to the trial. Dang. Please board the pain train or elevator. I'll see you guys down there. I like that, the pain train. Let's head in. Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet. You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins. Jeez. I told you already I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations for when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. Can't let whoever killed Hifumi and Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive. And for the two that lost their lives. The one who killed Hifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is... not one of these people. Nah, it is. Someone right here. Right here! Took one last deep breath and stepped... God, I'm not even reading these correctly. I began to step toward the elevator. Once everyone was aboard... the doors closed on their own. And the steel box began to move. Look how few people we have now. And there's going to be one less right after this. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we settled all this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator doors slid open, opening up onto a cruel fate. Now it's all nighttime. When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize just how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. Only 'cause of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm going to start it. I would never be like, stay tuned for another action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I'd never hold on to you like that. Okay, let's begin. Go to your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. Oh my god, every time. A deadly riddle, deadly defense, deadly fate. A deadly class trial. Yes, let's save-a-roo. Save-a-roo just over this one that I just did, even though I always forget that there is one before the trial. Alrighty. Let's at least start this for now. Let's set some skills. So we got the handiwork. Effective allows you to reload 2 bullets at once. That sounds good. And that was it? Yeah, I mean, might as well use it. Okay, let's do this. Trial. Rise. Wow, we're surrounded by dead people.
Basic explanation of the if you can figure it in.
Okay, we got that.
Now then, to begin with,
We already know who did it.
was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
I don't think he did it. I think that's a setup.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murderer?
That is a fair
I'm
point.
sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
But at the same time, that stuff could be planted.
Points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer, or... Before anything else, we have to make that clear. Alrighty, let's give this a shot. Make your argument. Yasuhiro's message. Okay.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just Hold on
Oh
a
wow,
second.
there's not much to do there. I mean, looking at the blueprints, oh yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, because...
Everything we found in your room.
Okay, so...
The blueprints,
That's not his, because the handwriting.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
what do you mean?
Plus, he's not the geeky type.
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared.
I think... Call me crazy. I think that the killer was Hifumi. And he is playing dead right now. Crazy assumption. Unless if I'm actually super right, then people call me I was probably knowing this game. I don't, but I feel like it's the only way that would make
The
sense.
handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way.
Plus, he would have bad handwriting.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
That's pretty tough to do.
The differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
And of course, he passes it off to me.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
Oh no. Suspicious individual. It can't be Hina. It was Hiro, and it's not the Illuminati. I'm gonna pick the Illuminati because I want to see. That's right, they're all working behind the scenes to try and set me up. Those dudes are super scary if we're serious. Looks like I embarrassed myself. I want to do that one on purpose. Okay, so it was Hiro. Hiro was in the suit. Yeah, no, that one it has to be.
I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What?
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that...
I got it. I figured it out. The killer was Hifumi after being instructed by Celeste, whom he is in love with. Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see.
There's something else we need to clarify first.
I don't know.
So let's
I
get
feel
that
Celeste
out of
is
the way.
feeling a little suspicious.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
Can't be my
All
girl.
things have a proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
Alright,
It
I have
would
that.
seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Things used to move it were the blue tarp and the dolly, right? Yeah, well, let's just use the dolly, because that's the major thing.
I got it!
Yep. Still one more thing. Oh, we have to get both of them. Okay, we have to combine evidence.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain.
What?
Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that up until then was stored in the equipment room.
And there's no way for it to have been moved in the dolly with the Robo Justice suit. Like, at all. With
So
the no
killer
bending.
must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tar. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there. But when the body disappeared, so did the doll. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the doll.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
I don't know if I have any evidence.
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
You know, I thought we were doing pretty good with each other.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
I have solved literally every trial up to this point. Wow, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean, but maybe I can change your mind. If I can explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository... Oh, okay, we're getting more. Yes. Talk about reloading. Start with this round. With the next bullet round, we're going to add one more ingredient. On the bottom screen, underneath the tempo mark, you'll see your ammo counter. Up till now, there hasn't been a limit on how you destroy your opponent's statements. But for now, just locking in and pressing, that won't be enough. It'll cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out, you can't destroy any more, no matter how locked in you are. Reload with that. Okay. Reload by tapping. I'm not going to use that. Just like we're locking on. Okay. Oh my god, there's a reload now. So just remember, okay, so click, lock on, shoot. Click, lock on, shoot. That's what I'm going to do. You will automatically reload at the start of fever time. Your ammo will not decrease, and I won't have to reload at all. Well, I'm going to have to probably. Let's see here. Okay.
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Do your worst. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
I, during those statements, just completely blank out and press buttons to the beat. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I have it right here.
I'm gonna be very honest, guys. Like, I get the gameplay, but because of, like, what I'm doing, all I do is press the buttons. That's it. All I do is I just go square, X, triangle, square, X, triangle. That's all I do. And I feel like that's okay right now, but I'm sure they'll switch it up later and be like, well, if you shoot the wrong statements, you'll lose. And it's gonna do something like that.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire marking that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
You know, I'm gonna be honest, Byakuya's, like, voice for being, like, a bad guy is actually very calming, and I really enjoy it, and I would listen to it for a long time.
The subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Yep. Can't move at the waist. If you look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? I got the answer. Robo Justice suit? Is that going to be my evidence? Yes. Okay, so I got this.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment
That's
room.
correct.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Correct.
The culprit wrapped the body in the tarp,
That's fine.
then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
I don't know about the tarp, actually.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Yep.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is...
Right there. What?
Then you could push the dolly no problem.
Wasn't that the right
So
one?
the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
The dolly didn't have any handle, so all you do is bend over. But why would anyone... Okay, so yeah, no,
As
it's...
we know, Taka was
Okay.
From there, the body
It was the bend over. That's...
Now, keep in mind,
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend.
There we go. That just didn't work the first time. That's weird. Okay.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Yeah, she explicitly said I can't move at the waist to look down. Blind as a bat, can't see feet. Not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like an obvious oversight. Exactly.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well,
I don't want to hear Sakura ever say bend over ever again.
with your feet.
Ever.
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
on top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
He couldn't take it off himself with the clasp. There's absolutely no way, because you can't take it off by yourself. Once it's on, you can never take it off. I want to click some of these to be wrong, but at the same time, I know I
Taking
shouldn't.
off the suit was an option. If you remember,
Had the clasperino. Yeah, so I'm not reading the flashbacks. You just watch the video.
It's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took?
I was wondering about that.
You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice?
This is actually evidence that helps me, because frickin' Hifumi made the costume, put Yasuhiro into it, and is holding him up, like, drugged right here. Well, after this, the drugging came before. And it's all a ploy.
Whoever was in that suit is not the culprit. How do you explain that?
He is, though.
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
He said it was him, but how do you get hurt? The guy hit me. What guy? I don't trust Hifumi at
As
all.
long as those facts exist, The proper conclusion is beyond question.
If I'm right, people are gonna call me out on this as bullshit. Because I had someone complain that I knew about Chihiro being a dude, and they're like, "Oh, now the game isn't blind; it's entirely ruined." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? That's like one plot point out of 90% of the
The
game."
individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it before we rush to a verdict. Shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up. So we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
I don't know. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I think that Hifumi's actually alive is actually the thing. But I'm waiting to see evidence of the contrary.
Soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
And I do think Celeste is part of it. I feel like she's in on it. Let's see.
and then
Yeah, feels like they're conducting everything, you know?
Divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office.
And Celeste was the one who told Hina to go to the bathroom.
While Sakura, Byakuya...
Interesting, let's see.
When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising. We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again. But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I feel like I don't really need this recap, I'm gonna be super honest, but I'm gonna keep it, because there might be some revelation in here that'll be important.
I think
For the
that
most
about
part,
covers it.
yeah, okay, there we go.
See. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
Yep.
It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of the case, I have to find them no matter what. Okay. Let's try and figure out what the heck happened to him. Monokuma File 3. Blow to the head.
So,
Similar
regarding
object.
Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Do we?
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
That doesn't mean anything,
It's
technically.
true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka...
Let's just double check what this says. It's thought they were both killed with a similar weapon. I don't... Okay, so maybe they do mean straight up the same weapon. The Justice Hammers were numbered, but were they really used in that order? Let's see here. Whoops.
Regarding Taka, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
No, I guess not. Okay. Come on, Makoto, don't scare me. Something weird is gonna happen. Okay, so okay, so that's not the order one.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the
numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Wait a sec. Come on, Makoto, don't scare me. What? Did I do the same one again?
So,
Okay, let's figure this out.
I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after. We already know what Taka came last. What makes you say that? Because of the numbering of
It's true that
Hifumi was killed while
Taka's
death came from a sea. So it's obvious Taka came after.
I think didn't I do both of them? What?
So, regarding Taka's death,
What?
I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Huh? The victims were them. The cause of blow was a blow to the head. Okay, it must be the first one. Because
It's true that Hifumi was while Taka's death.
it doesn't say the order, right?
So,
Regarding Taka, I wonder if he died,
or perhaps it was after.
We already
Know what order they were killed in.
I did both of them. Can I shoot
So,
other things?
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was
There's only 2 things to shoot in this one, right?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice
I've
Hammers.
shot both of
It's
those.
true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
What am I doing wrong?
So
Is there anything I can do? Fast forward weak spots. Wait. Frick, I forgot about the flashback. Right.
regarding Taka's death.
Oh my god, I'm so dumb.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi.
How do I do that again? I totally forgot about that feature. It was the, hold down triangle. You can use that spot as a temporary cheat bullet.
Perhaps it was after.
Right, I forgot about that.
we already know what
Order they were killed in.
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of
The Justice Hammers.
Okay. Man, that was close. Imagine if I got a game over. Huh? I forgot about that feature.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If
Exactly.
anything, That's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. Oh man. Oh! The watch. Wait, Hangman's Gambit, right. Is it gonna say watch? 5 letters? No, wristwatch. Wristwatch. Okay, that one's easy. Wristwatch. Wait. Shit, I'm not looking at it right. Watch. A. C. I thought it was just click on whatever letters, but it has to be in the right order. There we go. I nearly died there because I thought it was just click on whatever order. I didn't remember that it was, oh, I'm gonna lose because I just forget the order of stuff. Damn.
See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Yep. We got that.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
Wait a second, I got it. Okay, listen to this. The reason the announcement went off... Okay, so we discovered the bodies at the same time. That's why we got the first death announcement. Then... It wasn't because we discovered Hifumi. Hifumi was alive then. And the reason we got the second death announcement was when he actually died in her arms. That's when he actually died. Right? Maybe? We'll see. Again, I'm totally pulling this out of my butt. But...
Which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder, but all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
I'm still betting on my guess of
We were all together.
Hifumi was alive the whole time except when he actually died, and Celeste is the real killer, technically.
Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body. That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
I'd love to be proved wrong right away.
He just recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct?
Because that's when he just ran up the stairs.
And then there's the disappearance of...
And then went into the art room because no one would have seen him on the way.
At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing. Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway. In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said... his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
You know who can carry that weight up the first floor to the third? Himself. He carries it every day. Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
Yo, dang, it was magic.
How? If the dead body were to move itself.
Kyoko, are you serious?
The dead body moved on its own?
Oh my god, was I right?
No, not another ghost.
You know what? Kyoko probably, when she said that there's many things like that, like when she discovered the body and said that there's many things on there, the fact that rigor mortis hadn't set in means he was just recently killed.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is...
Yo, I think I got it!
Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
Oh my god, people are gonna so call me out as knowing I didn't...
Alive?
I legit didn't know. I guessed.
Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
And Celeste says, oh my god, she's her. The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Yeah, man. Make your argument. Broken wristwatch. I don't think that's going to actually be used.
That when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
I think we're going to have to suck up something.
There's a chance he was actually still alive.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Dang, that was a mistake. Oh god, I have to be careful. Okay, I need to be careful here. I have one more shot.
Are you saying that when we
Maybe, I can't safety save. Damn, I'm worried.
There's a chance he was actually still alive.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
So wait a sec. Hifumi? So the broken wristwatch says 6 p.m. Shit.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement.
That's the body discovery announcement, so I don't think the wristwatch helps.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovered.
Okay, I know what I need to do, but at the same time, I'm worried about choosing the wrong way to say it, you know? Okay, so let's see here. I'm sure the body discovery announcement was made only once, but Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered at exactly the same time.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Okay.
there's
There's a chance he was still alive.
he was actually
I'm gonna suck
still
this one up.
alive?
No, it is impossible.
He was actually still alive.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement.
I'm gonna
along
shoot
with
it.
The rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Damn it! Oh god, what's gonna happen now?
Shoot!
Oh god, I screwed up, guys. No! What's gonna happen? Nobody believes me, nobody believes what I have to say. Guys, I screwed up. No, God. Please tell me there's a retry button. What? Me? Yes.
I refuse to give up yet.
Okay. Oh, it gives me more hearts. Okay. Well, thank God that that's an option. Frick, man. Okay. Oh, God.
That when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Yes.
there's a chance he was actually still alive.
Okay, I need some time to actually sit and think about this. So I'm going to say, guys, thank you for watching. Next part, we'll continue this trial as I figure this out. I need to actually sit and think about how to say this. Ciao.
You can